Welcome, everybody, to the first edition of the year of Valpo Basketball Weekly, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. It's an exciting time of year as we get ready to the start of the season with the head coach of the Valpo basketball team, Matt Loddick. And Coach, let's look ahead to the season. Let's kind of break down the roster and maybe start with the transfers that have joined the program. I know the fan base is excited about this group. What can you tell us about what to expect from the transfers and what they've added to your team?
I think the first thing is, they've come with just a high basketball IQ, and they've all come from very good programs that have all been, really well coached. I mean, we can start with the Wisconsin guys. You've got, Trevor, Joe, and then you've got Kobe, and obviously, Wisconsin's had a ton of success, and they were a big part of that. In a lot of ways. And so they've been really well coached. You had Thomas Kithier being coached by Tom Izzo. And then Kevion Taylor, coming from Winona, where he was fantastically well coached. And so I think just the overall intellect of our guys on the basketball court's really high. Obviously, they come with some maturity, some physicality, and you combine both those things. I mean, you got a pretty good basketball player. So they've added a lot. We're super excited about them.
How about the returning group? Four guys who saw a lot of time for you a year ago that are back. How have they looked in practice? Maybe what type of step forward do you expect from that returning group?
No, absolutely. First we'll start with Aaron. Aaron's just steady, right? He hits shots when he's open. He plays off a pick and roll well. He's one of the best defensive rebounding guards in the country. I mean, if you look at some of his stats, and so he's just brought a veteran presence, maturity level. He's going to be playing on the ball and off the ball a little bit this year. But he's always available to do whatever we need him to do. And we're excited about that. We just had practice, and we do this game where, you're one team's down a certain amount, and he comes out first two possessions, hits 2 3s. So it was fun to see. And then, Sheldon, he's been, he's actually jumping higher, if you can believe it. But he was kind of a late bloomer as a basketball player, and I think he's really gotten better. Scores the ball in a variety of ways, really off the bounce and can raise up and shoot. Really locked into defense, and he took this offseason and worked. So that's been fun. Ben Crickey's been great. You get him the ball in certain situations, it's almost automatic. And so he'll be playing some 4 for us and some 5. And so I think his ability to maybe stretch the defense against maybe a traditional 5, and then really pound you out when you go down low against maybe a more smaller 4. So we're excited about him. And then Connor Barrett shooting the ball great. He is he was healthy, playing well, got a little banged up, nothing too serious. But we should have him back on the court here pretty soon.
Third group of players is the freshman class. So what can you tell us about the freshman class and kind of what that group brings to the table?
So really like the freshmen a lot. They're very talented. Right now I think they're, dealing with, just the physicality of the game, the speed of the game. But they all have moments and where you look at them and go, wow, you can just kind of see flashes, and they're willing to learn. They're willing to be coached. We'll just go down the list here. I'm going to look here a little bit, but Darius DeVero, Canadian point guard, coach's son, plays like a coach's son, but good speed, good change of pace, but should be able to play, some minutes at the guard position for us. And I think he's different than what we have. So it'll be nice to kind of be able to bring someone in that can, maybe change the pace of the game in an instant. You're looking at Cam Polisi, high level scorer out of Wisconsin, and a big physical presence, so he's able to kind of match up physically. But again, learning every single day. Keandre Young, state player of the year in Oklahoma. He looks like a basketball player, like 6'8", 6'9", smooth, can really shoot the basketball. I think right now, like a lot of freshmen, like learning, when to attack, when not to. But again, he has moments. We just had a practice. He got an offensive rebound, put back. It was, big at the end of the game, and then, guarded our point guard full court. So that kind of versatility you don't see from guys his size. Trey Woodyard, you can play him at the point guard. You can play him at the 5. I mean, he will know everything you're doing all the time. And I know this is a fan favorite and coach's favorite, but he reminds me a lot of John Kaiser. And so just very versatile. And then Preston Rudiger, young man we took late. I think he got hurt from just COVID recruiting, but he is very tough, can make a lot of shots, and definitely a winning guy for sure.
The exciting thing about this week is the chance to play against someone other than yourselves with an exhibition game coming up against Ashland on Saturday. What will that be like? And as you look ahead to these two exhibition games, what do you want to accomplish in a game setting before you get things going for real when the regular season gets underway?
Well, I think, we had a couple of objectives, and one thing I should have mentioned, I didn't talk about Emil Friesvillian. He's been, coming back from that foot injury he had, but again, he should be able to provide some minutes and some depth in the interior. As we transition into the season, there's options, right? You can play, teams that you might, throttle, or you can play teams that you might be, challenged by. We definitely, signed some teams that could challenge us. So Ashland was a Sweet 16 Division II team. They have every single person back. They're going to put us in a lot of difficult situations. They all can shoot. Their five can really shoot. And so, we got to guard them on the perimeter. There's going to be a lot of open post, a lot of cutting, and they're veteran, and they've won. So I know they're excited about the challenge. We're excited to have them up. And then obviously Flagler, if you know anything about them, Coach Warner, was with me my first year. I'm still in a Bible study with him. So, we're still very close, but he had a great team, a Final Four Division II team last year. They've got everyone back, and they added a piece I think that they're going to like a lot. So again, we got our work cut out for us, but we really like our team. And I will tell you, we are at that point now where we are ready to play someone else.
And last question for you. I was at the season ticket holder event where you talked about the chance to have fans back at full capacity this season. What's that going to mean to welcome the fans back and to have that environment back to the Arc this year?
It's going to be tremendous. I mean, we were very thankful, to be able to play last year with everything going on, but it's just not the same. I mean, there's no way to say it differently. It's not the same. Fans bring a lot of energy, and, to the players, to the building, to the community, to us, to the university. So we're super excited. We know that the fans have really been out and supporting the other fall sports. It's been great to see football so well attended. Volleyball's been really well attended. Soccer's having a heck of a year. Tennis. I mean, it's been a great fall for the Beacons, and so we're super excited to hopefully do our part as well and have a great year, for the athletic department.
There he is, the head coach of the Valpo basketball program, Matt Loddick, and it is an exciting time for the department, for the team. Again, a chance to come out and catch the game on Saturday. Tickets are available, valpoathletics.com/tickets. It's a 6 p.m. tip-off, community welcome back night on Saturday night against Ashland at the Arc. For all the latest in Valpo Athletics, you can check out valpoathletics.com or follow us on social media. This has been Valpo Basketball Weekly, and it's brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.